Good morning, everyone. Dean Howell here from GeoSpatial Connect, and welcome to our job seeker coaching webinar. Slightly later today, so hopefully that hasn't inconvenienced anyone, but you can watch the recording on our YouTube channel, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google Plus, or here on GeoSpatial Connect. We'll have the recording up once we've finished. So welcome to today's job seeker coaching, and we conduct these webinars each Wednesday. So we've got a series of things we're going to talk about over the next few weeks. But if this is the first time you've tuned in, just a couple of things. If you want to join in the chat, just below you can type in your questions at any time, and I'll endeavour to answer those. And just feel free to throw questions at me, and even if it's off topic today. But just a bit about myself. I trained as a cartographer many years ago, and worked for a number of organisations before setting up my own business and working as a senior GIS consultant. Through that time, I've developed a number of businesses, GIS Jobs, Spatial Jobs, and now GeoSpatial Connect, while continuing to work within the geospatial industry and specifically within GIS. GIS Jobs was a recruitment business, and so I have a lot of experience in helping people find jobs within the industry. So that's a little bit about me, and so where I come from. So good morning, Jan. I just saw Jan just type into the chat. So thank you for joining in this morning. So we're just going to quickly talk a little bit about GeoSpatial Connect, and before we get into the actual topic for today, and today's topic is going to be what your resume says about you. So how can GeoSpatial Connect help you as a job seeker? Well, we have a range of features on the website that can help you promote yourself, promote that you're looking for a job, promote the projects you've worked on, promote the skills that you have. So we have a members section, so connect with as many members as you can, start conversations, build up that relationship with other people on the network. We have a jobs and a resume section, so you can, within the job section, you can actually put, if you're looking for a job, we have a jobs wanted section. So you just say that that you're looking for a job and the sort of job you're looking for, and we can promote it to the employers on the site. You can put your resume up there so employers can search for it. And then there's a whole range of other features that you can use to promote you and the fact that you're looking for a job. We have a blog section, so you can talk about yourself, you can talk about projects that you've worked on, you can talk about the job that you're looking for, and get involved in various groups, start discussions, talk to people on the website, and look at the forums, and upload videos that you have, upload photos. The more that you expose yourself to the other members on the site and let them know that you're looking for a job, the more people that will be able to help. So don't just upload your resume and hope that someone will find it. Be active on the website. Okay, so we have a whole lot of other features, but really use the features that are there, and if you have any questions, then just let me know at any stage. Okay, so so here's the sort of the plan for the next few weeks, and last week we talked about standing out. This week we're going to talk about what your resume says about you. Then we're going to talk about interview coaching, associations, mentors and coaches, certification, recruitment agencies, and last week we were asked about talking about social media and sites like LinkedIn and that, and how they can help you. So we'll certainly be adding that into the mix as well. Okay, so for all of you who are online this morning or looking for one-on-one coaching, we have a special offer, and so that special offer will allow you to get your resume reviewed and updated, interview coaching, one-on-one interview coaching, helping with your job application, and promoting you via our website and our social media networks. So if you want to take advantage of that, we only take on 5 job seekers each week, and so we can give you that one-on-one assistance. So it's take advantage of that as soon as you need it, and you can. There's a link on the event page, and if you want more information, you can just ask me. All right, so let's get into our session today. What your resume says about you. So the first thing I see when people send me their resume is that it's, stock standard, black and white, doesn't really stand out. And in this day and age, where pretty well everything is done electronically, you submit your resume on the job site, you want to stand out, and you want to stand out immediately, and your resume needs to say that. All right, so using color, using photos, using a way of separating you from the next person. And so if you're just using the normal, you can find plenty of templates online that are just, they're just straight black and white Word documents. Yes, they say everything that you want to say, but your whole point of your resume is to get the employer to read it. And certainly from my experience, one of the ways to do that is to make it look different. Use a photo so you then connect with the employer straight away. And I'll talk a little bit about that. Having your cover page. On your cover page, it's my recommendation, you have that photo so the employer can connect with you before they even know you. They can see who you are. They get an idea. You have your name and your career title or the position title that you're applying for, and a list of key features like your contact details and your education, because often employers they want to tick some boxes when you've applied for a job. And some of those will be your education. Some of those will be the sort of your job skills and experience. Now, if they can tick off the education straight away without having to sift through your resume, then that's going to be better for you. Okay, so we then move on to an overview, an about you page. So you'll hear a lot of people say, how long should your resume be? Well, in my opinion, it can be as long as it needs to be. But in the first 2 pages, so we've got our cover page, and then we've got the following 2 pages need to say everything that the employer is going to want. And then if they want to read on, they will. So the first real page after your cover page is an overview about you. It's a career statement. It's your education. It's the key skills that you bring to the position. It's those sorts of overview statements that immediately the employer can get, all right, yes, this person has the skills I'm looking for. Yes, they have the education I'm looking for. Yes, they have the direction that I'm looking for, all in that one page. At this point, previous experience isn't really necessary. You just need to get across that you have those skills. And that's why I also recommend that on the following page, or on that first page, depending on how much information. So within these first 2 pages, you have a skills table. And that skills table, especially Now, once again, it'll depend on the type of role that you're applying for, but given that majority of geospatial roles in GIS and surveying and photogrammetry and remote sensing, all those tend to be technical roles. So if you're applying for a technical role, then you want to show the employer that you have the skills for that technical role. And you telling them what you know, when you've last used it, and the skill level. So I suggest you break your skills down into groups. So you have like a GIS software section. You might have a CAD software section. You might have an image processing section. You might have programming skills. So you list those in categories, and then you list the specific skill. So it might be ArcGIS or MapInfo or whatever it happens to be. You then give yourself a self-rating. So that can be, I normally suggest a 1 to 4 rating. So where 1 is you've just had exposure to it, 2 sort of a basic understanding, 3 you're experienced, and 4 you might be, a guru at it. You come up with your own level of what you're comfortable with and how you want to title it, but give them an idea of where you see your skill level in that software or that skill, and then when you last used it. Now, that's important in a lot of cases. If the job's calling for MapInfo, but you haven't used it for a few years, well, say that, but say that you've got these skills and that you're able to, you've used it only recently or you've used it a while ago. All right, so have that skills table, and then if people then really want to read on, that's where the rest of your resume can be really as long as it needs to be. And that's where you start listing your experience, the jobs you've worked at, the tasks that you had, the key outcomes, things that you learned, the software you used. There's plenty there, and you can be as descriptive or as brief as you need to be in these cases. So if it's really relevant to the job that you're applying for, then be a bit more detailed. If it's not relevant at all, then maybe you just have the title and when you worked there and all those sort of things. And here's a quick tip. A few people ask me, well, what if there's a big time gap in my resume? I traveled. Well, then, you don't need to put specific dates on when you worked for an organization. You can just say that I worked for ABC company for 6 months, and then I worked for XYZ company for 2 years. You can actually just give it a time frame as opposed to a date range, and then that way that takes out negatives if you were traveling or you weren't in the industry for a couple of years or whatever. So you can remove those negatives from your resume. So try as much as possible to remove as many negatives as you can so they don't get questioned. All right, and then the last thing is referees. Now, I would always recommend you have at least 2 referees on your resume. If you're applying directly to a company position that's been advertised, a government role, a private company or a public company, and you're applying directly to their HR or the GIS manager or the surveying manager or whatever, have referees in there. All right. The only time I don't recommend you have referees in your resume, and this is really up to yourself, is when you're applying to a recruitment company. And the reason I say that is because recruitment companies will then use the referee details for the wrong reasons, is that they'll use them to build their own businesses, and you're sort of giving them business leads when they're not really interested. That means they're not really interested in you. All right, they're more interested in gathering business leads, and now they may ask you for referees, then certainly supply them when they ask. But if you're applying directly to a company, then put that information in there. If you're applying to a recruitment company, in my opinion, leave them out and just tell them that it's available. Okay, so that's my tips about what your resume should contain, how it should be used for you. But if you want additional assistance, we can certainly do that. Remember, we have our special offer, the one-on-one coaching where we can review your resume, provide you interview coaching, job application assistance, and promotion through our website and through our social media network. All for $100. We only take on 5 people each week, so remember that. And so hopefully, if you need that service, and you need that service at any time, then just let me know. All right. So thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for those who have tuned in live. Thank you for those who are watching the recording. And if you want to drop me an email and ask me any questions, then either connect with me on GeoSpatial Connect or send me an email to dean@geospatialconnect.com, and happy to help you where I can. Okay, so remember, next week we'll be talking about, let me just go back to that slide. So next week we'll be talking about interview coaching and how to approach that. So hopefully you've got something out of today, and if you want more coaching, then just let me know. All right, have a great day. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Okay, bye for now.